And what's going on, good people? We're back here working on a weekend like usual. And of course, we're always working on a weekday. It is the ISG Football. That's right, the intersection of sports and gaming, as we're always live on a Tuesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern. Also on Thursday nights for ISG Basketball at 8 p.m. Eastern. We're live here at, Kettle Black Sports Bar in Staten Island as we get you set for the National Football League and the latest in the NFL. And also, we'll be watching a couple of the top Madden players in the world playing for cash and other prizes live here from Kettle Black Sports Bar in Staten Island, here in the Forgotten Island, as they like to call it, man. Shaolin, live on Valley Live Stadium Sports Network, Watch Stadium Sports app, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. All right, let's come inside here literally here, CBS Sports, Madden, NFL, CFB League, 2K Association. Good to be with you folks. If it's a Tuesday night, we're always live here around 8 p.m. Eastern, talking the latest in the National Football League. As you said, as I said earlier, we'll be watching a couple of Madden players play for $50 tonight. The winner gets $40 and the loser gets 10. So it's a nice little matchup between the Ravens and also the Chiefs. And we'll also talk about the latest in the NFL as we got the draft about 2 weeks away. Shout out to the good folks right here at Kettle Black Sports Bar, right here, the Kettle Black. Shout out to our guys there, Chris, and everyone here, man, doing their thing. One of the better sports bars in Staten Island, probably the best sports bar in Staten Island, man. And, man, you're talking about a great sports bar. 2 locations, one in Brooklyn, one in Staten Island. Best wings, burgers, and beer. And Food and Wine magazine said it's one of the top 5 wing joints in America. They're open daily, 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. And they got a bunch of other events that you can do here, man. They got live music. You got trivia, also sports as well. Got the games on. Knicks and Celtics are going right now. And as we talked about, we'll get you set for the NFL draft coming up in a couple of weeks. But a great joint here, man. Burgers, wings, and beer right here in Staten Island at the Kettle Black. All right, let me go ahead and bring in my brother. My brother from another mother. There he is, Jared Garantano, former University of Tennessee starting quarterback. Also played for the Broncos and the Cardinals. Blue 80. 52's the mic. 52's the mic. Kill, kill, kill. Liz, Roger. How did I do, Jared Garantano?
Good. Next week, I need to hear a little hard count. I need to see if you can get somebody to jump off side. Yeah, hey, listen.
I'm not patting the ball?
Going to be able to jump. Yeah, you're patting it. Defenders are going to jump on it. No, that's crazy talk. No. What's up, brother? How's everything been?
How you doing, man? What's going on in San Antonio, the River City, man? The UFL and the Brahmas.
Nothing. Beautiful weather. Got 80 degrees here. I hit up my mom today to see what was going on back in New Jersey. 40 degrees and frozen.
Not 80 degrees, that's for sure.
40 degrees and frozen. I don't miss that so much, but no, the weather's good. Everything's really good going on right now.
At least we didn't get any rain today, man. We went like 3 or 4 straight days of rain and just, like 45 degrees, like,
Yeah, I don't miss having the Timbs on with a couple extra sweatshirts.
Well, we miss you back here in Jersey, brother. We miss you, man. You got to come back to us, man.
I know, no, I'm itching. Summer's in New Jersey. You know how they are.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. You ready to go, man? Talk a little Madden and also NFL action?
Yeah, let's get this thing going.
Let's go ahead, man. Let's go ahead and get this thing started. We'll start with the rundown here as far as what we'll be talking about when it comes to the topics of the National Football League. He was just talking about it. We were just talking about it. Shedeur Sanders had the pro day at Colorado on Friday, patting the ball. That's becoming a hot topic in the NFL. We'll get our quarterback, Jay Jeezy, off the Heezy for Sheezy, Jared Garantano, to weigh in on that as well, as far as that, and also Andrew Richmond as well. There's a report out there that Drake May and his family mad at the Pats because they drafted Joe Hilton. So they get rid of one Tennessee quarterback. I've got a Tennessee quarterback on here, and they bring in another Tennessee quarterback to be the backup. We're talking volunteer backup quarterbacks here on the show tonight. And May and his family really all in their feelings, but there's a reason for all of that, ladies and gentlemen. Also, the Grambling coach down in Grambling, Louisiana, he wants bouts for his players if they leave and go to Power 4 or Power 5 schools. A very interesting topic there from Mickey, the coach down there with Grambling, and the West Virginia coach, Rich Rodriguez. He wants to ban his players from TikTok. Not the app, but at least dancing on TikTok. And you know what? At first when I saw this, I thought it was crazy. I'm on board. And we'll talk about the reasons why. Also, let's get into it real quick when he talks about the Madden. Let's talk about the rules here for ISG Football. It's all man competitive game style when you watch these two young men play head-to-head current rosters. We like to call those regs. All 32 NFL teams are available. 5-minute quarters, king of the hill format. And right now, the king, right now, he's a, 12-time champ? No one's been able to take him down. We'll see if he can get another win tonight here live from the Kettle Black. Also, how about the prizes? Because it's all about that money. Total cash prize pool, $50 guaranteed. The winner gets $40. Runner-up, as we talked about, runs up out this piece with $10 in cash. The person that wins 4 straight weeks gets an NFL license. Zip chair. Folks, go to zipchair.com to literally make the best gaming chairs in the world. Office furniture, gaming desks, sofas, you name it, stools, they've got it all there. All the NFL teams, NBA teams, Major League Baseball, MLS, NHL, and also college teams as well. And if you have any custom pieces, they can definitely get that done for you as well. Shout out to our lady down there, Tina Altadonna, marketing person there at ZipChair. Check them out online, zipchair.com. That would be Chandler. Chandler Cooks is his name, government name, from Dallas, Texas, age 22, a college student, and he's had multiple C4 Madden League playoff appearances, have come oh so close, but hasn't taken home a championship. We'll see if he can knock off the defending champ tonight. And that champ right now, a 12-time champ, trying to make it 13 in a row. Nicholas Sirianni from Buffalo, New York. He's 18 years of age. He's also in college, and he's a 10-time C4 Madden League champ and 8 in college, 8 in Madden and 2 in college football. So he's 10 times, and then the last 2 weeks with the King of the Hill format. So actually a 12-time champ for OG2K. All right, let me go ahead and bring everybody in real quick. Before we do that, check out the Molly Pop standings here. Molly Pop picks brought to you by Molly Pop Grapes. Grapes as sweet as candy, folks. You see the Molly Pop, man. You see that pink bag. You got to understand you're getting some high quality produce there. Molly Pop Grapes, taking the world by sweet storm, man. Molly Pop Grapes, grapes as sweet as candy, about 20 different varieties of grapes. Check them out online, mollypopgrapes.com. And also, Press Juices, now online with Molly Pop Grapes. You can see the records there. I'm 2-0, JG 2-0, Andrew Richmond. We're all undefeated. Let's go ahead and bring in Andrew Richmond, the aforementioned. We're talking about Andrew Richmond. If you're looking for Andrew Richmond, folks, she's very easy to find. You can find her in the A-Town. Piece up, A down, and she is right there. Andrew Richmond. Who we got tonight? We got Chiefs Kingdom, or we flocking with the Ravens?
Ooh, you know what? I was going to sing the whole words to no flocking, but I'm not going to embarrass you guys right now, okay? I promise you.
No flocking?
No flocking going on right now. I'm going to go ahead with OG, man. OG's been crushing it. Derrick Henry's been using it, doing it well. I'm just going to go ahead and choose with the solid gun. Hopefully, we'll go ahead and get a dub on top of it.
Okay, so you're going with OG. That's chalk. We saw that in the NCAA tournament. Jared Garantano, who you rolling with? JG?
I must say, out of all, I guess, the participants that we got, Chandler's definitely my favorite out of all of them. Can't lie, love the energy all the time. Always brings the juice. But I love being in the win column, so I got to go with OG.
Oh, man.
I love it.
You have to do it. Go with OG.
It's starting to cling to me now. See, now I'm starting to, like, relationships are starting to needle its way out, and like now I'm starting to like winning, right? Like I just like seeing the 2-0, 3-0. I like seeing 0 losses.
Hey, the name of the game is to win. Right. 12:45.
Right.
About that time. Blew my mind. We're not going to lose our minds tonight, but you know what? We've been saying this for weeks now with this new King of the Hill format. I'm going to take OG2K as well, but man, I would not be upset if Chandler comes in and does the unthinkable. Knock him off, Chandler. Use this fuel, man. Let it be jet fuel to your jet, man. Your G7 flying along. That's what you should do, man. Take flight.
Yeah, to quote Michael Irvin, nobody believes in you. What are you prepared to do about it? Okay, please.
What are you prepared to do about it? Absolutely. Do something about it. So Andrew will be conducting the interview at the conclusion of the game. She'll be talking to the winner at the conclusion of the game. All right. Guys, let's go ahead and lock it up. Lock in. Start this game now. Chandler playing with the Chiefs. OG2K playing with the Ravens. Lock it up, guys. Do it live right here on Valley Live Stadium Sports Network. Watch Stadium Sports app, Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. As we're live here from the Kettle Black Sports Bar in Staten Island, Shaolin. Let's go ahead and do this thing live right here from the Kettle Black. Good luck, guys. See Jerry Garantano below me. There's OG2K below him, the 12-time champ. And where's Chandler? We found him. There he is at the bottom of the screen with the glasses on. He is playing with the Chiefs. So it'll be Chiefs against the Ravens. And, folks, that first quarter, well, actually the pregame show, before we get to the first quarter, they're not started yet, but they're about to start the game. Pregame show brought to you by good friends at Fat Bastard and Sons. Check them out online, fatbastardandsons.com. We'll be there live on Thursday night with ISG Basketball. And folks, with a name like Fat Bastards and Son there, the restaurant and lounge, you know, with a name like that, they know good food, right? They're all about good food and great food there, man. Family-owned business, man, been around for about 40 years. Just a great, great place, man. They're bringing the best pizza around. They've also got a full bar. And folks, they have a passion for great food and excellent service, man. Got burgers, pizza, chicken, you name it, seafood. They've got it all right there, man. FatBastardandSons.com is the website. They're located in South Hackensack off of Route 46. Check them out online, FatBastardandSons.com. We'll see those guys there. Shout out to Tony, the owner. We'll see those guys there on Thursday night. We're back live here at the Kettle Black Sports Bar in Shaolin, Staten Island. Liberally here, CBS Sports Madden NFL. Got Jared Garantano right there to the side of me, from University of Tennessee head volunteer quarterback, now in the UFL, also played in the NFL with the Broncos and Cardinals. OG2K, bottom left of the screen, playing with the Ravens. He's got the ball to start this game in the first quarter. Chandler is the challenger, playing with the Chiefs on defense. All right, guys, let's go ahead and talk some National Football League here. Not a lot going on as we're sort of in this in-between time, man, before the NFL draft is coming up. But it was a big story here. Last Friday, Shedeur Sanders and the Colorado Buffaloes had their pro day. And at that pro day on Friday, Shedeur Sanders, he threw, and it threw very well by all accounts. But the story out of this pro day was him patting the ball. Not unusual. A lot of people do that. But, of course, Shedeur being a high draft pick, maybe some hate out there. You had some people that didn't really like that. And one of those people was the Jet safety, Andre Cisco. He said, better stop patting that ball. We breaking on that early. And then, of course, the Giants receiver Darius Slayton said, I promise he can pat the ball and be just fine. They went back and forth. Basically, Slayton said, look, if you're a DB and you guys are worried about patting the ball and it's so easy, why don't y'all have 8+ interceptions? Micah Parsons got in this. Darius Slayton went back at him. He basically said, look, I'm ending it with the mic drop. Tom Brady patted the ball. So did people like Dan Marino and also John Elway. Your thoughts here, Jared Garantano. Is it that big of a deal that Shedeur is patting the ball? What does our quarterback say? Our starting quarterback, Hut.
I'd say it's not a surprise that people are nitpicking, right? Like, this is the time of the year for all quarterbacks, really all draft picks, that the nitpicking starts with, whether it's social media, whether that's fake rumors that are going around everywhere. But there's one thing that Shedeur did throughout his pro day, obviously, and it showed, which was patting the ball. So if they had that to nitpick on, they're absolutely going to sit there and say, hey, what is something that he could get better at, or something that we don't like so much about? I'm here to say, just like Darius Slayton said, you look back in the history of football, the best throwers of all time absolutely patted the football, like every single one of them. I don't view it as such a big deal, right? Like, I view it almost as a positive. It means that the thrower is more relaxed in his sequencing and he's able to shoot his hips and use the ground more. So, if you're uptight and holding the ball very rigid, like, you can't really pat it that well, or it's not going to look the same. It's just showing basically how relaxed he is in his base and how efficient he is with his mechanics. Now, obviously, there's other things that I would have liked to see from his pro day. Just like, they talked about, like, driving the ball per se, and that's not really anything to do with his deep ball accuracy, but I would have liked to see 20-yard digs, maybe like some shake routes on the outside at like 25, like opposite hash throws, just to see his laser and just to see if he's able to throw with that type of velocity throughout his pro day. Didn't do it as much, but regardless, had a really good pro day. But the patting the ball thing, I think that's just so Stone Age and thought processing. And just for Cisco to say that, I thought it was kind of ridiculous. Like, now what is that? What, he's going to come up and play man coverage and he's going to be able to throw a slot fade for a touch? Like, it's just the dynamics of playing quarterback. First off, I talked to a lot of defenders. They can't really even see the quarterback half the time, just like we can barely ever see them. So being able just to go throughout that and sit there and say, like, hey, patting the ball is going to get you clicked off. Whenever you're going through your progressions, if that's your throwing mechanism, there's not anything wrong with it.
Yeah. Andrew, your thoughts here on Andre Cisco or Slayton or even Micah Parsons or anyone else in the national media that's been talking about this? My thing would be this. Look, you can pat the ball as long as you're getting it out on time, and if you have a strong enough arm and a good base, it's a timing mechanism thing, and a lot of other quarterbacks do it. Now, you can make the throws. You can make the throws. It's almost like a basketball player, right? Don't mess with his motion. Don't mess with his shot. If the ball goes in, it goes in.
Larry, you started this segment perfectly. There ain't nothing much going on. So what do we do during this time? Create drama, baby. Sell the clicks. Let's figure out something to nitpick on. Something that's stupid, right? To get the people going. And I think that it's unfortunate.
Got a quick touchdown there by the 12-time champ OG2K. Ravens up 7-0. Go ahead, Andrew.
Most of the time when we get into nitpicking, it's usually reserved to, it's just like how Raw is usually reserved for certain types of quarterbacks, or like really questioning whether or not they can read the field is reserved for certain quarterbacks. I feel like there are certain quarterbacks, i.e. black quarterbacks, that get nitpicked on a lot more. And since we have 2 black quarterbacks leading the draft, we're gonna be like, what's going on with, like, how do they tie their shoes, right? Is it sock, right, left? Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take them off my draft board. Unfortunately, the NFL does get into a little bit of picking. I remember reading about an offensive line coach who like could determine who they wanted to choose in the draft based on what type of ketchup they had. If they had Heinz ketchup, absolutely not, right? It's stupid things like that.
So what kind of good ketchup? What's the good ketchup?
I don't know what the other good ketchup is if it's not Heinz. Like,
but great value? I mean, that's off-brand.
They're Hunt's. Only Hunt's. I can only do
Hunt's, right? Okay,
Heinz is crazy, okay? But
okay, he must have worked for the Chiefs then. Lamar Hunt?
Right.
Hello?
Exactly. You know, and God, Lord forbid they ended up going to the Steelers. Okay, Heinz
right. Heinz Field.
Like, no, absolutely not. This is a point of time that unfortunately we nitpick. And
Jared is dead over there. Look at Jared. He's dead.
Yeah. Nothing matters at this point. And we've seen so many quarterbacks pat, and it's fine. Pat, and it's good. You're getting into rhythm, right? It's just how like some shooters, right? You were talking about like shooting as an example. Some players, they find the seams, right? Steph Curry, you find the seams. Now, does that mean that you have to find the seams in order to shoot? Like, Steph doesn't need to in order to be a great shooter, but it's just a habit that he prefers to do. Are we going to say that Drew Brees isn't a good thrower because he licks the ball every single time he's about to throw? It's disgusting, but am I not going to draft him because of that? We're doing a lot. I don't know what we're doing, and we ain't got nothing much to talk about. So let's nitpick, guys. That's the point of the year.
All right, JG, your thoughts here on the Micah Parsons, jumping into this, saying, look, it does matter when it comes to time to throw and sacks and things of that nature. And, Slayton, look, he had receipts, man. It's like, look, if the greats can do it. Now, Micah's point was he's not great yet. I mean, comparing Tom Brady to Shedeur Sanders, that's the problem. But it's like, no, he's not the only one. Tom Brady, yeah, he is the greatest. Other quarterbacks still pat the ball.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at his throwing sequence, it's not even .001 off of a frame with it. So, like, when you're looking at a pat mechanism, like, all the pat is doing is allowing you to bring the ball back probably a little bit cleaner or a little bit faster. Right? Like, I'm not seeing him pat the ball and it's adding 0.1 seconds, 0.2 seconds to his mechanics or whatever it is. Like, that's time ticking. Absolutely. Like, that would be effective. But when you're looking at it, like, that's just his mechanism to, like, start his sequencing and start his, basically, shoot his shot. But in the pocket, yeah, Mike is correct. Like, every second matters, of course. Like, whenever you go through progressions, like, you want to be able to have your trigger ready for any instance. And obviously, as a rookie, like, his timing and everything's not going to be as fast as somebody that was an all-pro or somebody like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Marino. Like, even like last year, Drake May started patting the ball a little bit. And just the more you see, the better the throwers, the more likely they're patting the football, to be honest. I mean, it's just more relaxed shoulders. They're able to throw with that type of velocity and that type of control. So I don't foresee that being a problem. I pat the ball now more than ever just because I feel like I'm more rhythmic with it. I don't think that it has affected me, to be honest. I think I throw the ball better than I ever have.
Mm-hmm.
Now, listen, if I'm a half second late in my progression, or if I'm 0.2 seconds late in my progression, like, and I pat the ball, like, of course it's going to be effective. But the pat's not going to be the reason. It's going to be because my eye discipline and my post snap read. It's not going to be because we all do that. We've been doing that since we were children, just clapping. Sure. But so like that's not going to be anything that affects him being a great rookie or just a average rookie or a subpar rookie in this league.
Andrew, I think that's part of it with Darius Slayton playing with the Giants. Shedeur sort of linked to the Giants. Of course, the Giants with the number 3 pick. Do you see some of these synergies here with Slayton basically, caping for his boy, a potential teammate?
I mean, obviously, yeah, you got to defend your rookie, right? Especially if you have a chance and opportunity at getting a franchise-defining quarterback of all things, and that's something that they've been missing for a while. You got to protect your boy, right? But ultimately, like I said, and I think Jared brings up a good point. If he's padding in the pocket and he's not like pulling the trigger and he's hitching and things like that, that's something that you should be concerned about. But again, this is just getting into rhythm, and I'd rather somebody get rhythmic in their throw. Some people are more rhythmic throwers than anything because that means you're getting into your motion, and that means you feel good. So I'd rather you feel good rather than looking crazy. And this isn't you looking crazy. So what are we doing? We look crazy. Trying to nitpick about that.
I think it's different if you're sitting
real quick.
in the
10 seconds, Jared. Go ahead.
I think if you're just sitting in the pocket and you're just clapping hands and patting the ball, like that's completely different than sitting there calm in the pocket and then you're ready to pull the trigger and it goes right back. Right?
And dotting somebody's eye up. Speaking of dots, there's a touchdown there by the Ravens, up now 13-7, pending the PAT. We'll keep an eye on Shedeur Sanders, of course, the NFL draft in Green Bay this year, 2 weeks from Thursday. We'll see if he goes in that first round. He better go in that first round. And I would say he should be in the top 10, at the very least, likely top 5. We'll see about Shedeur and the NFL draft coming up in a couple of weeks. All right, man, that first quarter is 14-7 ball game here. Started the second quarter. The first quarter brought to you by our good friends at Milk and Cookies. Welcome on board. I mean, George, the owner there, man, doing a great job with Milk and Cookies. Check them out online, milkandcookies.com. 5 locations in the tri-state. You got Mamaroneck, you got Stanford, Norwalk, Westwood, and Montclair. So 1 in New York, 2 in Connecticut, and a couple in New Jersey. And for the love of cookies, guys, I'm telling you, these are literally the best cookies I've had in my life, man. They are really good. They got ice cream, they got cereal, they got the milk. It's a sweet lover's dream there, man. Check them out. It's an upscale spot providing premium baked cookies, and then they've got the cereal, man. Yes, the cookies, the Cookie Monster cookies, the blue ones. And then the cereal. I'm telling you guys, don't lick the screen, but go ahead and check them out. Check them out online, milkandcookies.com, 5 locations in the tri-state. All right, we're back here live here, the Kettle Black Sports Bar here in Staten Island, Shaolin, Staten Island, New York. Larry here, CBS Sports, Madden, NFL, CFB League. Got my guy, Jerry Garantano, right over there. Also, Andrew Richmond as well. Got OG2K and Chandler and OG2K playing the game here, the Madden game. All right, guys. Before we get started here with this second quarter, let's go ahead and get back into the topics. We're talking about quarterbacks. Jared Garantano is a former University of Tennessee quarterback. There's a couple of University of Tennessee quarterbacks in the Patriots system there. One was Joe Milton, and now they got Josh Dobbs. But the start is, of course, Drake May. He was the number 3 pick last year. And you look at Drake May, he and his family reportedly not happy that the Pats drafted Joe Milton. There's some reporting there from Ben Volen. I used to work. I know him from my boss. They used to work at the Boston Herald. I got some sources out there that said his family wasn't happy. They didn't like that Joe Milton was drafted, and also the fact that Drake didn't get to play in that Week 18 game where Joe Milton showed out, threw for over 200 yards, 24-29, and the Patriots won that game when they shouldn't have won that game and went from number 1 in the draft order down to number 4. Your thoughts here, Andrew? We get your thoughts here. What do you think about Drake May and this report out there that he's not happy that he drafted Joe Milton, and of course Mike Vrabel moving Joe Milton on before they started the offseason workouts just a day ago on Monday?
Have you seen Joe Milton throw? I would be scared as heck if I'm Drake May too, right?
Bazooka Joe.
Oh my gosh. And it's not to say like Drake doesn't have one of them like cannons on him too, right? But obviously you see, and you just said, Larry, Bazooka Joe, man, Joe Milton's arm is crazy. And in a world in the NFL where you can be injured and players and GMs and talent, the powers that be love a toolsy guy that has potential and an arm talent like his. They're going to be salivating if for any reason Drake May has to sit, and hopefully that doesn't happen. Hopefully that doesn't happen. But if there's any situation where he has extended time and needs to be on the bench, you got a guy like Joe Milton and he gets some momentum and things start to change, and then he starts to feel himself and they go on a run. That can mean that even no matter where you're drafted as a quarterback, you can start to favored, unfortunately, the other way around. And so, It's good that the Patriots are sticking by Drake and going ahead and trading Joe Milton. Obviously, Joe Milton, I hope that he gets a chance. I'm not sure Dallas is going to be a situation where he can.
Joe Milton with these Cowboys right here. How about them Cowboys?
Oh, you know, Cowboys, man. They're clamoring for Dak, so good luck with that, Dak. But unfortunately for the May family, it makes sense why they're scared of Joe Milton, because he could be special if he gets a little bit of playing time and he gets hot too.
JG, is it just as simple as not only looking over his shoulder and seeing another quarterback, same draft class, about the same age, and, you know, another young cat behind you, man? That's a little different than having an older guy, or you being the older guy and you got a younger cat. Well, what's the dynamic there with two kids about the same age and Joe Milton saying it out loud, he wants to be a starter?
Yeah, I mean, I think whenever I hear a situation like this, I think back to Kirk Cousins and Robert Griffin, right? I mean, I don't know if Robert Griffin was too happy that Kirk Cousins was also drafted in the same draft class, right? Like, no quarterback really wants to be bought in with another quarterback, especially one to the caliber like a Kirk Cousins, like a Joe Milton, who are very, very good football players and people that are very dynamic and have the possibilities of growing into starter level caliber quarterbacks in the NFL. So I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised that they weren't happy. I mean, I probably wouldn't be very happy, right? Like, you're going into a situation, and I remember going into their last preseason, they started off with 4 quarterbacks too. So they had 4 quarterbacks.
There was some talk last July in training camp that Joe Milton was outplaying Drake May.
For sure.
Reports.
And they had Jacoby Brissett. So it was a weird dynamic. Like, Jacoby was sitting there teaching both quarterbacks, and you go in throughout a season and Drake's flashing and playing well, but also in practice. What if Joe's also doing some things that are probably unseen or unheard of, right? He probably was.
Real quickly to the Madden game, we're tied at 14. Back to you, JG.
Joe was probably throwing 70-yard passes in practice, and then you go back to the locker room, and there's that dynamic of guys coming up to him like, "Yo, bro, you're a baller," like, blah, blah, like that kind of just makes for some friction or some like just discomfort probably within the quarterback room. One quarterback that really wants to be a starter, and one that's a starter, both same draft class. So I think that it was really good that they were able to find Josh Dobbs in this free agency, a quarterback that can come in, help Drake keep growing, also a guy that's could start in the NFL and supply some wins. And also they were able to get a draft pick for Joe Milton, and they were allowing Joe to go to a place where he's able to learn under Dak. And who knows how many seasons Dak has, right? He's been banged up the past couple. He's had some injury problems. He had a pretty serious one this past year. Maybe Joe comes out there and he's able to Tony Romo situation.
No Trey Lance in Dallas anymore, right?
Trey Lance is still there.
He's gone.
No,
Trey Lance is still there.
now.
No, he's gone. He signed a new deal. That's right. Because there was some talk that he might go to the CFL, but that's right. They moved him, all right? He's gone.
He's with the Chargers.
Yep.
Signed a $6 million deal with the Chargers.
Yep.
So he's going into a situation with him, Cooper Rush, and Dak right now. And Dak's coming off an injury. Obviously, Dak's going to have to get back into the swing of things. But being able to learn from Dak Prescott, also, I think Cooper Rush is in his last year. Being able to learn under Cooper Rush again into another great situation for him to re-sign next year if he shows them enough. Him as the number 2, who knows what happens, right? Football is the most unpredictable sport out of all of them in terms of injuries and health concerns. It could be that next year he's the starting quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys with Dak Prescott getting banged up, or he has to miss 2 games or 3 games, right? We've seen it before. Right. Tom Brady situation. We've seen a young quarterback.
Zay Flowers with the touchdown there. Sorry, JG. Zay Flowers with the touchdown. Ravens up by 7. Less than 10 seconds to go. Go ahead, JG.
No, I'm listen. I'm not knock on
like
wood. I hope none. I don't like that quarterbacks can lose their jobs due to injury. By no means. I've been in that situation. I felt that, but it's football and it happens. So who knows? I mean, I just feel like it's a clear vision for Joe, as well as probably some comfort level for Drake as well going into his situation this year. So I think it's a win-win for both quarterbacks in that aspect, and I'm excited to see what's going to happen in the next 5 years. I think that they can both be pretty good.
I want both of you guys to jump in here. It's and to start with you real quickly. We got about 30 seconds. The family. I guess that's the report that got me. Is like, what's the family doing here? Y'all stay in the background. He's a big boy. Drake is. Last time I checked.
I mean, yeah, but you know one thing about athletes' families, right? Whether it be Eli Apple's mama.
Man, tell your family and tell your mama and tell your girl, sit down.
Nah, they gonna get on the Twitter. They gonna get the Twitter fingers. They gonna start leaking things. And ooh-wee.
What did LeBron tell his mama, Gloria? Sit your... You heard him. If LeBron can tell his mom to sit her butt down, we can all tell our spouses and our family, sit down.
And they never gonna do it.
Sit your...
Never gonna do it. And I, personally, if I were an athlete, I would feel nervous. But as a fan, I'm just sitting here sipping tea. enjoying the show, baby. Ooh-wee.
JG, last thought with you.
Oh, listen,
about
I'm
the
not
family,
surprised. You're not
the family dynamic.
Like a lot of things I've never seen the side, but there's a lot of things that happen on game day with families, right? Like the families can get approached by anybody and say some certain things, like, "Hey, how do you feel about this?" And be like, "Yeah, that was just stupid of them." Like, and like that could just be an aspect of family just talking, or somebody with the family talking or saying something. Like, you never know. Like, right? This could have been Drake's friend that was drunk out of his mind and said, "Oh yeah, bro, this BS." Like, that has nothing to do with the
and then all these sources on ESPN, right?
That is Drake May's whole family completely felt disrespected on draft day with
sources plural.
Like, come on.
I know. Well, look. Good luck to Joe Milton, Bazooka Joe down there in Dallas, man. Going to be the number 3 quarterback. It's weird. He went to Dallas. Going to be the number 3. Was the number 2 in New England. Maybe kept it a little quiet. Maybe he stays in New England and maybe he does pushes Drake May. Drake May, we've seen him get hurt as well because he doesn't like to slide and get down to where he doesn't know how. I don't know. We'll see about Joe, and hopefully Drake can move past this. And Mike Vrabel loves him, and he is absolutely going to be the star, and he's the number 1 attraction there for the Patriots. All right, got a 21-14 game here in the third quarter. We're live here at Kettle Black Sports Bar in Staten Island. Great place here. Beer, wings, and burgers. It's all right here at Kettle Black. That second quarter brought to you by our good friends at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant, located in Bayonne, New Jersey, literally right over the Bayonne Bridge from Staten Island. That's where I live in Trap there. Check them out online, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. Talking about authentic Mexican restaurant, man. Great vibes, great food, great environment there, man. The libations are definitely flowing. Happy hour, Monday through Friday, 2 to 6 p.m. on Tuesdays. Man, they've got the mariachi shows. If you've seen our program, ISG Football or ISG Basketball, ISG College Football, you see it on Tuesday nights. They're always there, man. Decked out, doing a great job there. Latin nights on the weekends, DJs as well, got the patio. It's all there. Great food, great atmosphere. Just great times there at El Aguila Dorado Restaurant. The Golden Eagle, it has landed right there in New Jersey. Online, AguilaDoradoRestaurant.com. We're back here live here inside of the Kettle Black Sports Bar here in Staten Island. Got a couple of locations, one here in Staten Island and the other in Brooklyn. Look, they were voted one of the top 5 best places to get wings by Food and Wine magazine. So great food here, man. I can attest the wings are really good. Burgers are phenomenal. I love the mac and cheese, man, with the brisket on it and the skillet. Woo-wee. Man, just a lot of good desserts as well here. So shout out to Chris and the staff here at the Kettle Black for hosting us. Got Jerry Garantano, former University of Tennessee quarterback there. Andrew Richmond, she is in the A if you're looking for OG2K, bottom left-hand corner of your screen. Our 12-time champ, he's the king of the hill. Playing with the Ravens, he's on defense, has the lead by 7. Chandler playing with the Chiefs. He's on offense, down by 7 with the ball, about 4 minutes and 7 seconds. So let's get back to the football topics. Not a lot going on with the NFL until the draft commences. I guess 2 weeks from Thursday, so in about 16 days in Green Bay. But in college football, one of my favorite stories this week, guys, I want to get your thoughts on this. The Grambling coach down there in Grambling State University, man, of course, the great Eddie Robinson down there at Grambling. Mickey Joseph is a new coach, was at Nebraska, was actually the interim coach at Nebraska, took over at Grambling last year. They went 5-6, man, but he made some waves here going into his second season when he said, if his players go on to a Power 4, Grambling should get a buyout. He said the P4 schools should pay his school and him specifically buyouts for those players. I thought that was a great idea, actually, to sort of help these smaller schools. I went to a smaller Division I school, not FCS like Grambling, but I went to Middle Tennessee. Your thoughts here, JG? You played college football at a very high level, just like myself, a lot better than me, more Starks as well. Your thoughts here on Mickey Joseph about coaching and wanting bouts for his players, leaving the lower level, going to the higher perceived level?
I think it's a great idea. Initially, I kind of get a little icked out with it just because of the terms of, like, why would you get a buyout from a player? Like, it's not like you own the player and he's not a piece of property, right? Like, that kind of gives me like, probably not say that. But at the same aspect, like, if they want to be treated like a feeder program, then sure, payout. But I don't think that they want to establish themselves as a feeder program to Power 4 schools, right? Like, it's just not, that's not the point of college football. The point of college football is like a long-term decision. It's not just like, hey, come to me so then you can get paid. Like, yeah, that can be a recruiting pitch. I remember, who was it? I believe it was Idaho, University of Idaho.
Vandals, Idaho, yep.
Right, yes. One of their head coach had a couple of players that wound up getting offers to big schools and got a lot of NIL, and he was super proud of them. Like, absolutely. Like, it also helped him out in the aspect of, hey, we're winning a lot of games. Come to my school from a high level, just say FSU or Florida or Tennessee. Come to Idaho, come get some starts in, come play, come get some really good tape, and then you go right back, right? Like, maybe that's a win-win for both situations. For this aspect, I don't know if the buyout option is too great of an idea, but I understand what he's saying, right? Like, he's sitting here putting in his time, he's putting in his hard effort along with the coaching staff.
They're literally developing these guys, and then they go on. But it's like in my business, in TV, you're at a small market to get better and learn, and it's a badge of honor. I used to always tell this to news directors and stuff. It's a badge of honor if someone leaves your little station to go to a bigger station or to the network. That's what you're there to do, is to feed them.
For sure, but for college football, if you want to be if you want to be that, then sure, for sure, I understand. When you're going to recruit players, I don't think like that's your edge point. Like, hey, come to my school for 2 years, and then like after we are really close and we have a great relationship, like, yeah, peace out on me. But like you said, Larry, that's something that I've
scholarships are year to year. I'm just saying, it's not a 4-year deal. We know that, right?
And coaches will head out 1 year after, right?
That's what he was saying. That's what Mickey was saying.
That I had to learn over time was the business aspect of college football and just of football and that in general, right? Like, I was coming out of high school and I wasn't aware of just how cutthroat it could be, just job-wise, with a coach getting fired after a good year or a coach having to sit there and say like, hey, we're not going to renew your scholarship. Like, I was never aware of that until I got to college. That's something to do like the business world, right? Like, just like you said, you can be at a station for 2 years, absolutely getting your reps in, feeling great, and then ESPN or CBS or Fox comes and calls, and it's like, hey, I'm sorry, I'm grateful for what you did for me. I'm going to go take this opportunity, right? Like, some people will feel slighted, some people will feel really happy about it, but in the end all be all, it's all about where you came from. And I can respect that the Grambling State coach would say that, because it's where he's at and where the players are coming from.
And Andrew, he coached at P4. He was at Nebraska, was an assistant coach, and then became the interim coach when they let go of Scott Frost a couple of years ago. Your thoughts here on Mickey Joseph?
JG made several great points. Like, I'm not entirely in love with the whole buyout terminology. Instead, I love it being explained like, no, I get a percent, well, not even a percentage. I get some kickback, right, for making sure and developing a player that ends up going to a better program. Mm-hmm. But I think it is also extremely valid to be wary about how HBCUs are treated and how mid-majors and HBCUs in general are being treated in this, to where we're not being seen as like effectively JUCOs, right? Where we know that JUCOs, a part of that is the development to push them on to the next level because they didn't have the academic or disciplinary as things. And so that allows players who didn't have that to be stifled from like P5 and P4 institutions. But with HBCUs, it can get into a little bit of a, I don't know, a feeder, but a little bit parasitic relationship as well, to where it's not really a feeder, it's just kind of taking and siphoning off talent without getting any type of congruent kickback. So I think another thing to explore is not just the coaches getting money, but then also are the institutions getting money? Are we getting better funding and things like that? Maybe that's another element of this to explore, instead of just buyouts, quote unquote, for the players going directly to the coaching staff. It should go overall, but again,
like, yeah, it sounds crazy like that. Like,
well, I don't think he meant like give me the money. What he's saying is, we get the money, we'll disperse it to our guys. We get a little kickback, maybe a little 5%, a little cheese on the taco.
I agree with everything you said, Andrew. It's just so crazy to hear, like, yeah, give us a buyout. Like, I mean, if you're gonna put it back into the program and you're gonna sit there and say, like, hey, players, like, we're gonna help you guys out with a new weight room, or like, okay, absolutely cool. Like,
cool.
I agree. When you go into being a feeder program or somebody like that, then it's like, how much do you really respect yourself in that aspect, right? Like, I have a lot of respect for HBCUs. There's been a lot of great football players that came.
Absolutely.
So I don't really see
some all-time greats.
Right. I don't see them as a feeder programs. I just see them as universities that have to develop certain players, because at that time the players aren't what they supposedly are to recruiting services. Maybe they're being a little low level. Like, that's fine. But there's been a lot of guys, like, just for instance, that have come out of HBCUs and had great careers.
And with the NIL taking over and everything like that, we're approaching a state to where we are essentially making like NFL players are starting their start at HBCUs because they can't get into big programs. We're dangerously stepping towards that territory to where HBCUs are feeders, and I'm not sure if I entirely like that, to be honest.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Look, we have that House bill that's passed, and the judge talking about the $20 or $21 million that's going to be dispersed. I think it's like $3 billion they got to pay. These athletes are going to get $10,000 to $12,000 a year for the last, 10 years. I think they're going to go back. JG, you're part of this. It goes back to 2015, 2016? You're going to get like 10 years of back pay from this. What are you going to get, like $10,000 a year? It's something like that. I ain't lying at JG, right?
Crazily, it's a lot more.
And I was about to say, JG, no matter what you make, you should have made so much more. Like,
no, I know. Well, that's the crazy part is it's a blessing, but when you truly think about
let me hold some, JG.
How much I did for the university, or how much obviously the university did.
I know you got it, JG.
How much I also did for them in the television and just
hey, this man.
Days.
Yeah, hey, this man.
Listen.
Hey,
money guys. Make it quick. We got to move on. Make it quick.
Maybe if I was born like 6-7 years a little bit later, but
JG, if I see a smile on your face in the near future, in the next couple of months, few weeks, dinner's on you, brother. It is on you. When you get back here to Jersey, it is on you. I know.
We'll see when it's
finalized. Your back
we'll see when it's
okay.
We'll see when it's finalized. We'll see when it's finalized.
I got you. All right, we're in the fourth quarter here, man. A 28-14 lead for OG2K, the 11-time or 12-time champ. That third quarter brought to you by our good friends at Brooklyn Pizza in Short Hills. Check them out online, brooklynpizzaofnj.com. And folks, Jose and his staff, man, do a fabulous job out there. You got to experience the future pizza and their signature creations. And you got to start with the signature bruschetta pizza. Talking about bold pies, guys, that blend Brooklyn's classic roots with innovative, mouth-watering flavors, fresh ingredients, and unique twists, and makes everything just unforgettable. Look at Jose doing his thing, man. Taste the future today, guys. We're talking about great pizza there. Brooklyn Pizza of New Jersey. Brooklyn Pizza in Short Hills, New Jersey. Check them out online, Brooklyn Pizza of NJ. .com. We're back here live inside of the Kettle Black Sports Bar here in Staten Island. Kids like to call it Shaolin. Literally, you'll see the Sports Madden NFL CFB League. Got JG, Jerry Garantano, as well from University of Tennessee quarterback, Broncos, and also Cardinals quarterback. Andrew Richmond, she is in the A. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get back into this thing. 28-14, last topic of the day here as we're talking football, college football, NFL. Another fun story. We always like to end with fun stories or, stories that make you go, West Virginia head coach Rich Rodriguez back there near those country roads. He actually was the coach that started the country road song there. I didn't realize that until I did some research on that today. So that's some information for our producer there. Kevin Mamuzet's always thinking about the country roads. But Rich Rodriguez back at West Virginia, was at Jacksonville State, if I'm not mistaken, was there in the Conference USA with my school, Middle Tennessee, got the job. And one of the big things that he's already done, he banned TikTok. And it wasn't TikTok, the app. He banned his players from dancing on TikTok. He wants them to have a harder image, focus on football. He says you can make money playing football right now. I've seen some of you guys dance, and you're not very good at it. So he had a little fun with it. But it goes to this point here, JG. He's like, look, we're football players. We're trying to win games. I don't want to see y'all dancing and all this other stuff. What are your thoughts here on Rich Rodriguez, man, laying the gauntlet down to his players, dancing all like they P. Diddy, all up in the videos and stuff like that?
It's a really old-fashioned outlook. Now, listen, I don't really
love it.
truly agree with it. If you're gonna say like from a personal standpoint, like just hey, like if you're recruiting these players, you know what they're about. Right, like you know every single type of player that you have. Obviously, he's inheriting a roster right now. But if they want to go dance on their free time and want to post on TikToks, you got to go let them be. Like it's free will. Like this, you can't sit there and say no TikTok, no TikToks. Like that's
you can be on TikTok. You know what? Your followers will grow if you're a good football player.
Oh, for sure. But if you say the guidelines of hey, no TikToks while you're in our facility.
No, you can be on TikTok. You just can't dance.
No, I mean, that's crazy. I mean,
remember the song? People don't dance no more. All they do is this.
I guess you don't do the two-step or nothing, but yeah, that's brutal. Like, you just got to let the players be them. I understand, like, no TikToks within our framework of our facilities, with our jersey on, with anything around us. Like, don't do it. No Instagram videos, no going live. Like, cool, I get it. But telling the players that they can't be dancing on TikTok, why not? Like, that's who they are. Like,
what happened to fun?
They're literally kids.
Right. What happened to fun? What happened to playing a game?
No fun. You're here to win games.
Like, no, but okay.
How much fun you gonna have in Morgantown, West Virginia? I've been there. My son played on the minor league baseball team there.
You're on West Virginia. What the heck can you do but dance around and do nothing, right? Like, I'm so confused what we're trying to do for the players, because at the end of the day, it should be about winning, right? One thing I know about the UConn Huskies team is Paige Beckers loves to just sit there, head, top, woo, top, top, every single day and every single week. And guess what? She not only walked away with national championship, but she was one of the best players on that national championship team. So,
no, she was the best player. Yep.
Exactly. So, therefore...
There ain't no correlation. There's no correlation.
It really isn't, but I get what you're saying.
It's not adding up. No, it's not adding up.
Make it make sense.
And if you recruit them, you know what type of people they are, right?
Right.
Do we not have joy in our hearts? I know broke people should never laugh, but come on, guys, okay? Right? That's a meme, by the way. That's a meme, but still.
Ball game is over. We're going to continue this conversation. OG2K now 3 straight, 13 in a row now. Hangs on. It was 14-14 ball game. Scores the last 17 points. Went to 31-14. Real quick, I want to get your guys' thoughts here. I think you're both right. Look, I appreciate JJ. Look, it's as simple as he's trying to instill a different image in them. You're in the Big 12. Rich Rodriguez is trying to win games. He wants to toughen these guys up. He's just using TikTok as a boogeyman. That's all it is. It's a red herring. It's a boogeyman. Am I right about this, Andrea? Don't overthink this. It's silly, but he does have a point, though.
Being old, that's the point. Being old in versus Mitch me and
man yells at Cloud.
Okay, geez. Stop hating. Let the kids play.
JG, so I guess the boomer generation, time has passed us by.
You gotta take and give, right? Like you can't just sit there and say, "Hey, no TikTok." Or
give and take.
Give and take. Like you can't sit there and say no TikTok to kids that are born in the 2000s.
In the 2000s. For the 99 and 2000s.
Now, Rich.
Let's not let this get away. What else are you supposed to do in West Virginia? Like,
well, you know what? I'm gonna clarify what I was saying earlier. My son plays minor league baseball there, or he did for 2 years, a year plus in West Virginia, Morgantown. But that was in the summer. The school was not in session. Now, from what I've been told, West Virginia is a big-time party school. What else are you going to do in the mountains? It's either that or drink moonshine, right?
But
listen, there's a lot of things that you can get in trouble with social media. So if he's talking about in the aspects of like, hey, being smart with social media and not being like cool, but like, no, you can't dance because you got to be tough. Right? Like I've seen the biggest, toughest dudes getting on the dance floor, doing spin-a-rooney, splits, doing Millie Rocks, blacking out after games. Like
now they win the Big 12. I bet you it ends up on TikTok. I bet you they start up 8-0. I bet you that we see some TikTok dancing.
Come on,
for sure.
Even LeBron James was hitting the rolling store with the rolling yarn. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, he was dancing and feeling himself. So what are we doing? Okay.
Now, real quickly, there was some group. What's it called? Fire. I guess they're about civil liberties and things of that nature and free speech. They're really upset about this. They're reaching out to like West Virginia representatives, the athletic department, athletic director. These guys deserve free speech. This is not right. Like, this is a real thing. Like, he did piss some people off.
Listen, it is real. Like, why? How can you prevent somebody from wanting to dance and be themselves? Like, yeah, you could sit there and say, like, hey, no. If he said no TikTok use, cool. But you're saying you could use TikTok, you just can't dance. Like, I don't want you dancing. Like, no dancing, no laughing. Like, no, like, what? Come on,
it's
bro.
It's not even like during the playoffs where you need to lock in or like something like that. In training camp where we're trying to get our team chemistry right. You just, at all throughout the whole season? Like, not one? Like, not spring, right? Like, when does it stop? When does it go on? Right?
My producer just brought up a good thing. What are they going to do? Get ready with me when I black it out? The girls do the get ready with me. was good, Kevin. That was really good. Get ready with me.
In order to really lighten up my eyes and stop the sun glare, you know?
But look, I have noticed, and my girl says this all the time, man, people like to see the behind the scenes. They really care about that stuff. So if guys show you how they get ready and what pads they put on and how they put it on, and, you know, some of these guys are superstitious or whatever, you can get likes on that. You get some follows.
And also, too, we're living in an NIL generation to where, like, the more you use social media, the more bank you can get. Like, Haley Cavender has gotten so much play, like Lund Divvy, and they're not the best athletes of gymnastics or of women's college basketball, but they're online, so they get a lot of play, right? So that dancing can also affect their bank account, too. So think about that. All right?
That's a good point. We're going to have to get into the Cavender twins. I don't know what's going on with one of them and Brock. You know what I'm saying? Brock, I think they broke up, so we might have to get into Carson Beck. Or not Brock, Beck. Carson Beck. We might have to talk about that. But our game is over here. That fourth quarter brought to you by our good friends there at, who we got here? Kettle Black. Yeah, Kettle Black. Right here. Kettle Black. KettleBlackBar.com. 2 locations, one in Brooklyn, BK, and one right here in Shaolin. That would be Staten Island, man. And talk about those 2 locations, best wings, burgers, and beer. And folks, it's been submitted. You look at Food and Wine magazine, they said, quote, one of the top 5 wing joints in America. That's right here at Kettle Black, open daily, 11:30 a.m. to 11 p.m. And they got a bunch of other events they have here, live music, trivia, sports, got darts here, got all the games on, watching the Celtics coming back against the Knickerbockers, baseball, watched the Mets earlier today. Everything that you need right here, man. Wings, burgers, beer, everything right here at the Kettle Black Sports Bar, KettleBlackBar.com. All right, let's go ahead and keep this thing moving here. Jay Jeezy up the easy for Sheezy. Man, it was pretty easy there for OG2K. It's always like that, man. At the end, he finds a way, pulls away.
OG plus having the Ravens, that correlation's very grand. Like, I mean, like that, it's probably going to be undefeated. I mean, I don't know many people. I don't know really any people that could beat him with Baltimore Ravens and Derrick Henry by his side. So, another great game by him. He's sitting on the mountaintop. He's on Mount Rushmore for this Madden stuff. I'm excited to see somebody that can take him down, though, man. I'm excited to see what's going on next week and maybe the week after, and maybe in 2 years. I don't know. Probably nobody will ever beat him, but another great one by him. We'll see who's next.
2 years, that'd be like 104 wins in a row, bro. That'd be crazy.
I mean, at this point, I don't know.
I'd probably give you minus odds on that.
Now, listen, next week is the week, though, and I'm picking against them. So mark my words, next week.
Okay, you're going to get your first L, too. Standing by. Andrew Richmond standing by. Boards, another interview with OG2K. We've never seen any of these before.
I mean, I've never seen doubt before the next slate of person, whoever's supposed to be on next week even happens, right? Jared doesn't even know who he's picking against right now. OG, though, despite Jared's disrespect, one thing that I can respect about your game is last week there was a lot of basically holding on to the ball, being safe. This game, it was a yak machine. I saw you taking more shots, or the shots that you didn't take last week, I saw you actually take them. I know you said it was about your opponent, and I guess against Chandler, because he doesn't drain the ball as much, you feel a little bit more inclined to really push the ball, right?
Yeah, this was high risk, high reward against Chandler, because he actually throws the ball like a lot compared to some of the other competitors, and if I were to make a mistake, he could throw like a streak to Worthy, and I could just be like down a couple of touchdowns quick like that. So I had to stay sharp and stay loose all game.
And stay loose is definitely what you did. You ended up getting that interception from him. High risk, high reward. Sometimes it's good for you. Sometimes it's not. And I guess that kind of happened with Chandler, unfortunately.
You can go online. It's free entry, folks. It's all online, ages 13 and up. You can join us now. Go to CompeteForever.com/Madden League. You can win cash and other prizes all online. Free 99, folks. Free entry. Weekly King of the Hill format. So it's all good there. Check us out. Once again, join us. CompeteForever.com/Madden League. Before we get out of here, this postgame show brought to you and presented to you by 902 Brewing. 902 Brewing Company, man. You can check them out. They're in Jersey City. located at 101 Pacific Avenue in Jersey City, man. It's a craft brewery there in JC, man. And they produce ales and lagers, man. They got the bright tanks. They got the fermenters in there, man. We'll be there in a couple of weeks, man. We were just there a couple of weeks ago. Handcrafted beers and the best atmosphere. They do a great job there with their brewery. Curated for good times. Made in Jersey City, man. They got a spacious tap room as well with a bunch of different events as well. Yoga, live bands, comedians, concerts, local DJs as well. And they've got a rooftop, and they do a great job there. Check them out online, 902brewing.com. All right, before we get out of here, man, just want to thank everybody, Andrew Richmond, everybody for joining us. Also, OG2K, Jared Garantano, Andrew Richmond. Let's go ahead and get out of here, man. We'll see Jared next week. We'll see Andrew next week. OG2K, we'll see him next week. It will be his fourth in a row if he can get it. Next week, we'll find out. We'll see you, Andrea, on Thursday. We'll be live from Fat Bastard and Sons in Hackensack, South Hackensack, New Jersey. All right, guys, have a great one. It's been fun, guys. That'll do it here live from the Kettle Black Sports Bar in Staten Island, Shaolin. We'll see you Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Have a good one, folks. Enjoy the NFL and the NBA, college football, and the WNBA, all the good stuff. See you then. Shout out to the Florida Gators winning the national title. Chop, chop, baby. Bye-bye.